Alrighty, well, I got all the electrical plugged in, put the battery back in, just temporarily, no box. I've decided I wanted to run it, so I've already kicked it on a couple times, and everything looks good. I just got the handlebars hooked up and all that, as far as the electrical plugs. Speed sensor obviously doesn't really matter. The steering sensor, I thought, well, if I didn't see something there, maybe there'd be a problem. But it starts and revs, so I don't think the steering sensor is critical to anything. But anyway, the plan now is to mess with the reverse bucket and trim adjustments. I did move the trim back and forth. And it doesn't move very much. It doesn't have the range that I thought it might. So, not too big a deal. Really don't even know what's necessary. So, anyway, so go ahead and fire it up real quick. It's actually pretty quiet. I thought it would be a lot louder. But it really isn't too bad at all. Now that sound there, I'm not sure what it is, but it almost seems like it'd have to be in the pump, and I really don't want to have to consider that possibility. But oh crap! Turn the water on after you start it. So the first time I started it, that was in the boat, so I got a little water buildup in there. But I guess this is gonna have to be run probably up here somewhere, just where the driver can see, there's water flow. I think that's what its original purpose was. Obviously the jet pump, creates pressure here, and you have a tail. I'll figure out what to do that later. I don't even know if it's really necessary on this boat, so it seems like it's not. So anyway, I don't know if you can see that. The sun's starting to hit. I got 0.1 hours on it now. I just put in like 3 gallons, so it's telling me fuel. It's probably telling me to pay attention to it. With the reverse bucket, I'm just pulling the lever on there. And that was kind of odd because it revved when I pulled that, and that's not the throttle. So, maybe that's normal. I really don't know. But that's the position the reverse bucket's in. So in that position, it seems like you wouldn't get much. If the water actually looks like it might be designed to come up the top instead of out the back, which I guess whatever. But that's that. I was expecting it to somewhat be centered to that. Of course, the steering's not set. So I'll probably have to do all that later. Just figure out, where my steering needs to be, where those need to be. I'm just gonna make sure I got the right travel right now, and I'm going to seal those transom holes for the cables and for the cables. So anyway. I'm kind of curious what that sound is. It's kind of sounds like metal to metal. The coupling down there, looks great. The motor really doesn't move. As you can see. So I'm a little concerned that revving it without water, that maybe something pumps hitting when you rev up and let off. and would normally have water in there. It's probably just not a good idea to rev it when you're just sitting like this. But I do notice this water here is pretty darn warm. You know, I can hold it, but it's probably 110, 115, maybe 120. You know, this is the exhaust water coming from the engine. It's lukewarm, not much going on there. Really not a lot coming out of there at an idle. So anyway, this is the siphon tube to siphon water out of the boat. Obviously it's not going to do that without water running through the pump. But anyway, everything seems to be pretty good. You know, I'm not too concerned. I got 2.2 hours on the motor now. Better shut her down before I wear it out. Later all.